I gotta be honest, man. I was starting to question what my work, and and I was wondering because it was kind of up and down. When you stop working hard, that means somebody else is working harder than you. So I want to be the hardest working detailer in Quincy and the hardest working businessman in Quincy.
I got my car detailed years ago, my old Ford Fusion. And he showed me before pictures and after pictures. There were crevices I didn't even know had crevices. I was just like, oh man, I'm a nasty son of a gun. I couldn't even put that one on my kid. I was like, yeah, that was me. That's my fault.
I put me first. 7 years later, I do.
Yeah.
I don't put my employees first no more. Why? It's because I've learned that a business runs better when you're straight.
Come on.
When your mind is right, when you're, not stressing about things, that's when business runs better. And I learned that from one of my mentors, the daily grind, man. And you got to take this thing one day at a time.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember the exact saying, but it was just like, I quit my 9 to 5 to work 24 hours a day.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
What's up, everybody? I'm James.
I'm Marcellus.
And welcome to another episode of Issa Kickback.
Oh, yeah, we back.
We back. Hey, and this week, we're kicking it with Ray of Divine Shine. What's up, Ray?
What's going on, fellas?
Man,
Can't call it, man. Can't call
it. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time and, welcoming us in your space and, being willing to kick it with us.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Anytime, man. It's a pleasure having you guys.
Yeah, you're one of the few in the area that have kind of been doing this for a while. So we're excited to just kick it with you and hear more about your journey along the way.
And learn some new things that we may have not known before.
For real. But with that said, you guys know how we get down. We're going to start the episode off with a vibe check. And I think I'm going to hold that down.
Got it? All right, for sure.
So the vibe check for this episode is look around. Thank the roof over your head, the people who've supported you, and yourself for making it this far. You are here now, shaped by every moment. Be grateful, stay open, and trust the journey ahead. Yeah?
Yeah. I'm rolling with that,
When you hear that, tell us what comes to mind.
Friendships. It's easy to be called a friend, but it's a lot harder to actually be a friend. And as of recent months and years, I've been blessed to have some real friends that supported me when I was down, helped me even when I was up, So when I look around, I see my real friends around me. I'm grateful for that. And then, nigga, I gotta take me. Word to sleep, I gotta be real. Sometimes it's hard days, but I'm still wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, and keep going. So,
word.
What about you?
Let's jump to Ray. Ray, when you hear that, what do you think?
I'm the same way. I mean, for me, first I always want to thank God first and foremost for what I do everything.
Amen.
Because I feel like without my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, I wouldn't be nothing, man. And that's just the real truth in my life. That's how I roll. I trust God each and every day of my life, and also I'm grateful for my family, my friends. I've had a big support group behind me, and I honestly, man, it's just I'm blessed, man.
Word. I feel that.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur myself, when it says look around, it's like you're someone in the community I see that's like doing it, and as someone who's felt like they've been alone in that process, it's always nice to know you got people like that's behind you in the good and the bad, and whether you're well received in the community or not, it's always nice to know that it's your people that got you. Always thank yourself too, because at the end of the day, you're the one that persevered.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so let's get into this, man. Ray.
Let's do it.
Divine Shine. Where did this concept kind of come from? Like, was car detailing something you imagined you'd do, or was it just something you saw and was like, I could do that?
Man, honestly, man, I've been loving to always clean cars since I was little, and I actually, man, people don't know this, but some do. I started a detail shop, man. I was like, 21. And I failed miserably, man. I think I lasted for about 2 months.
Oh.
But I feel like I planted the seed then, and I just didn't know that, it was going to blossom 20 years later, to what it is today. So it's always been a passion of mine.
Word.
You know?
How do you come up with the name, Define and Sign?
You know, I always gotta give, honestly, man, I gotta give my uncle credit. You know, my
Mm.
uncle Calvin, man, he came up to me, you know, and he told me, he's like, man, nephew, I think you should call it Divine Shine. And I was like, you know what, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's different, you know, and it's unique. And you know, I was like, man, let's roll with that. So
Yeah, I did it.
that's how we came up with the name.
Word.
You know?
When did detailing become the main thing for you? Like you spoke on that you fail at 21. When did you decide like to revisit? How did that kind of thought process go in your head?
So I was just kind of, you know, in and out, just with, I had things happen in my life, you know, and I was just kind of in and out on different jobs and just trying new things, just trying to find, you know, what made me happy, you
Yeah.
know, and something that I can do every day and be proud of. And honestly, I worked as a security officer for quite a while. I was working, you know, selling cell phones, and you know, I had like 3 jobs at one time when
Yeah.
I came back to Quincy, and then I ended up selling and going to Chevy Schottenkirk.
Oh, okay.
And you know, honestly, man, I can remember one day, you know, I was just working, you know, as in the detail shop, and one of the GMs over there, you know, came to me and he says, "Hey, man, you know, I've been like watching your work," and he's like, "Man, you know, I think you got a gift and you don't know it." And I'm like, "Really?" He says, "Yeah, man." He says, "How about if you know, go like look at that building over there?" He's like, "Man, you know, we'll definitely be more than willing to back you." He says, "Because like I feel like you're setting yourself short
Wow.
for working with us."
Wow.
So
Really?
yeah, man. So that's how Divine Shine even came about. You know, I left my actually day job of detailing at Chevy Schottenkirk and you know, end up saving some money and got, you know, some money saved up to pay rent and everything. And
Yeah.
and the landlord was super cool, man. Let us get the opportunity to get started, man. And it just kind of took off from there.
Wow. How did I feel? I'm sure you had to feel a sense of pride to have like your boss tell you like, "Hey, go on and do your own thing." Like you sent yourself back. Like how did I feel? I'm sure you felt good about it. But like, could you expand on that?
I mean, that to me, that's like God speaking, man. That's God just giving you, you know, speaking through other people to let you know and let you. Sometimes you don't, as people, we don't see our own gifts.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
And I feel like, you know, that man seen something that I didn't even see.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, hey, like I said, credit to the man above, because that's, you know, that's how it all came about.
Yeah. That's crazy. You don't really hear others put yourself before them, you know. So that's really cool.
Yeah, especially out here. I think that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, like,
It is, man. It really is, man. It's crazy. Man.
Especially soccer. Like, that's
He's like, hold on, let me get specific. Look. Chill out.
I'm just saying, you know.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Great shout out to them.
Good people, man. You know, they got some good people over there.
Yeah,
you know, so
100.
Hey, you know, I'm grateful for it, for sure, man.
Word. With detailing, you know, can you kind of just get nitty gritty with us? Because a lot of people view it as like, oh, they just clean the cars. What, from your perspective? Because I've seen some of the work you've done. I've seen the muddy Jeeps. I've seen it all. You got to have patience to do that.
Well, man, for me, you know, I honestly, when someone, you know, brings their vehicle to me, they're trusting me with their baby.
Word.
You know, and it's my job to treat their vehicle like it's my baby. And that's what I do. So when I look at their vehicle, man, I visualize it and I'm like, I already know what I want it to look like. And that's just kind of how I do every vehicle. You know, I've always said to myself, you know, if you do every single vehicle the same, you'll always get the same results on every vehicle. And that's something that I've always done. You know, I've always just tried to, you know, perfect my craft as much as I can, because detailing is more than just cleaning the car.
Yeah.
I mean, you really have to be like, pay attention to detail. That's why it's called detailing.
Yeah.
And it's man, it's really a gift, man. It really is. I'm telling you, like, I've trained so many people, and he's speaking on that, man. You know, I've got a lot of people out here that I've trained over the years that now are doing their thing, detailing.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You know, so like, I know that it works what I do. You know?
Yeah.
So And that's what I had to do, man. I had to create a system, you know, and bro, I'm serious. Like, if you don't have a system, it will fail.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like we got a proven system, and we've been in business now 7 years.
Word.
So,
Congratulations.
you know, thank you, man. You know, so obviously it's working.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just, again though, bro, it just, you gotta be very humble, very grateful, you know, and just committed each and every day, man. Each and every day.
With training people and helping others, and like you said, detailing their babies, how does a sense of community help you help them? Like, do you feel a part of that? Does it help create everything flow? Like,
yeah, man. I mean, like, as far as like helping others, like, that's the beautiful thing for me with this job. Is because, you know, it's about teaching somebody and showing them there's actually ways to have a lucrative, you know, business, man. Like, you know, honestly, man, I love that a lot of my ex-employees have their own companies now.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Because, you know, it's kind of like you know,
you're the spark.
I'm the teacher, you know, I'm the sensei,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, but hey, at the same time, man, so what that does, that keeps me on my toes. It keeps me more focused because, you know, they want to prove that they better than me, you know, and for me, it's like healthy competition is good.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what's up.
I'll say this about detailing. Boy, I got my car detailed years ago, my old Ford Fusion. And he showed me before pictures and after pictures. There were crevices I didn't even know had crevices. I was just like, oh, man, I'm a nasty son of a gun. I couldn't even put that one on my kid. I was like, yeah, that was me. That's my fault.
Shit. Don't look at my car.
Yeah, though, man. Hey, if everybody had a clean car, you know, we wouldn't have a business, bro.
Word.
True that. True that.
So,
I mean, recently you won the best choice for detailing with the Herald wig, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man,
tell me about that experience, because you were in the room when you won that award. Tell me about all of that. I want to hear all of that.
Man, I tell you what, you know, one day I was here working, you know, and I gotta be honest, man. I was starting to question what, you know, my work, and you know, and I was wondering because it was kind of up and down. So I'm like, man, Lord, you know, what am I doing wrong? You know, and is this what you want me to keep doing, or is it something else? You know, and then I just felt like he was like, nah, this is what I want you to do. You know, and but we're going to add to this, you know, and I got a phone call, man, from a different number, and I'm like, something was like, man, just answer it. And I answered, and the guy said, hey, man, you know, can I speak to Ray, you know? And I'm like, hey, this is Ray speaking. And then he's like, hey, man, I'm such and such with the Herald Wig, and I just want to let you know, man, that you guys won #1, you know, for best detailing. And I got to be honest with you, man, it broke me down. Like, it was like
I've been there.
Real happy tears, man, you know, and it was real. I got emotional, you know. When I hung that phone up, I had to literally take me a timeout.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
It was like, man, you know, just when you think somebody, you know, no one's looking, someone's looking. And, you know, and it was like, that gave me that spark that I was missing again, you know, and that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, you know, I need that spark back. And that gave me my spark back, man. And ever since I've gotten this award, man, it's like things is just happening. You know, and I mean, and it really is, man. It's like my phone is ringing more, you know, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels good. You know, so
speaking of phone ringing and you getting your customers and getting the spark back, what are some of the experiences or the interactions with the customers you've had? Some funny stories or anything like that?
Man, I got a lot of
you see the dirty diapers, you had the knock tucks, get some gloves, something like that?
Man, I've had, you know, I'll be honest with you, man. You know, I've had both sides. You know, I've had some amazing things with customers, and I've had some not so amazing things with customers. But, you know, you always have to remember that, you know, you have to respect the customer. And even if you don't feel like they're right, you know, they're right. Because that's just the terms of business. Like, and you have to, you know, be humble, you know, and just carry yourself in a different manner, and just, even though sometimes, you know, you're right.
Yeah. Now they be wrong.
You know,
I'll say it for you. They be wrong.
You know,
They be wrong.
So, you know, I just, for that, man, that's, you know, I could just say this. I've had more great things happen with customers than I have not so great things.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So what's your experience like being a Black business owner in Quincy? Like, let's get to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
We grew up here. I left here. I came back and I was like, oh, so what? And I do this all the time. I'm like, I hate to make it about race, but let's make it about race. But like,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Yeah. What is your experience like? Do you ever find yourself in situations where you're overlooked because of that, or?
Hey, man, you know, being a Black man in this world, I mean, we you know, we always gonna have to work harder.
For sure.
You know, that's just what it is. That's what comes with the territory for us. But at the same time, you know, I serve God. I trust God, man. So God is more powerful than any person's, you know, how they feel or what, anything. So, like, for me, man, being a Black business owner, my biggest thing, my take is for me is I want to inspire more. And honestly, man, I don't know. It ain't even just about race, man. It's more just like, I want to inspire just people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care. Like, I got, you know, I love everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just real talk, bro. I don't have a hateful bone in my body, you know, and I feel like that's why God chose me. Because, you know, I inspire. You know, my job is to inspire everybody, you know, and let people know, like, man, no matter what color you are in this world, man, it all comes with a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, so like race, again, man, I knew that I'm gonna have to work harder, but at the end of the day, that don't mean that I can't be successful being a Black man.
The work,
you know,
so that's what's up. I think just with your notion to inspire the community and things like that, you were someone that, you know, you played in the basketball league and you were present in the basketball league.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. What, outside of, as a business owner and just showing the youth that it's possible, you know, despite the race, maybe it's just their upbringing, you know, is a little more challenging. What are some ways you could see yourself just getting out in the community and inspiring more so, and showing them that this is alternative? Like, we had Mike Day, the chief deputy fire chief, before, and he was like, I don't care if I am like the token for this style of work. Like, as long as I'm the spark, then I did my part. So I guess curiosity is, if you kind of, not so much the token, but if you kind of feel that in the sense, but also what are some ways that you've like invited the youth in to see this lifestyle? Because as you say, you've taught and shown others who are now doing it for themselves.
Well, speaking of like Mike Dade, and you know, man, I came up under Mike, you know, and Demond.
Really?
You know, I got another uncle, the Dent man, Humphrey, that, you know, who, you know, molded me, Tracy Lewis.
Word.
You know, man, these is guys that showed me the ropes, you know, and they molded me, you know. I you know, Penny Lewis, man, you know, I love her to pieces, man. You know, she is like, a lot of people don't know, but, you know, I watched her, you know, do what she did before it was even, you know, I mean, it was cool to do it, you know, and like, I feel like, man, I probably never do half of the stuff that she did, but if I can just do a little bit, it's gonna help inspire somebody. You know, so speaking of those people, man, those are the ones that inspired me to be able to keep the youth and teaching the youth, man, like, hey, letting them know, man, it's more to just, you know, violence. It's more to just social media. It's more to, you know, it's a lot of things that, you know, we as people, and I have a lot of knowledge that I could give back, and it's just about them listening. You know? But like they say, man, if you just get one, you know, that's pretty much kind of how you got to look at it. One can change the world.
For real.
That's a fact. As you continue to inspire the youth and even myself, what are some of your future plans to do with not only low defined, but anything else, like any business endeavors or anything like that in the future?
Man, I just want to teach, people that like, hey, we can do whatever you put your mind to.
Right.
Like, I want to be able to just show the youth, man, hey, just keep working, keep believing in yourself. I feel like I pay the price in this world. That's what really helps me to inspire the youth and give back. Because, I mean, like losing a son in this world early.
Yeah.
Having that tragedy that I turned around, I had to really change my whole way of thinking and everything.
That radicalized me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man.
Nah, that set me off. I ain't gonna hold you. That set me off.
Yeah, man. That was the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in life, man. But what I did is I wanted to take that and give back.
Yeah.
And I promise you, man, it frustrates me today that I feel like I don't do enough.
Really?
And I'm serious, man, because I don't. I don't do enough. I mean, and it's like, so that's just me. I'm hard on myself.
Yeah, we're critic.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah,
I do. So I guess like speaking on being your own worst critic and things like that, I ain't gonna dive into that situation because that is
all
tough.
good, man.
I was
All
friends
good, bro.
I was friends with Ray.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, we were young, so I didn't get to see the teenage him and things like that.
Right.
But how the city kind of handled that. That was a moment for me where it's like, yeah, if we ain't got us, no one got us. And but moving forward,
To speak on that though, bro, like, cause like I mean, I've grown to, hey man, God has gave me peace, and I tell you what, man, the city of Quincy. I couldn't thank them enough, man.
Really?
Like oh man, bro. I feel like the community for here, they showed me so much love, just everybody worth the Quincy Police Department, the fire department, the hospital, just man, everybody, the whole community, man. And it's like, and it's still to this day, people still come to me and give me love from that, man. And it's like, wow, seriously. But I believe a lot of that plays a part today is because of the way I handled it. So, but no, man, that was I'll be honest with you, man. Stuff like that, I don't mind touching on because, like, violence is nuts right now.
Yeah.
Violence is crazy right now, man. And for what?
Nothing. I mean, that's what it is. Nothing.
And like speaking on our own people, I kind of feel like sometimes we're our own worst enemy.
I can agree.
Other races, to me,
there's more collaboration. There's just
everything, bro.
They look out more.
They support each other.
Yeah.
And that right there to me, bro, is everything. So like even just our small group, man, that's what we gotta do is come together. Like when you guys say, hey man, we're happy to have you. Like I'm happy y'all having me, man, because shoot, I'm proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? You guys, like I said, I'm super proud of you guys, man.
Appreciate that.
Thank you,
man. So yeah, man, that's dope, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into our separation but we are stronger together, and I think it takes us first showing that for the younger generations to really see that what's going on. There are higher powers at play when it comes to that kind of stuff. But just thank you for being proud of us, but like we're proud of you.
Yeah, we really want you to know that because you're an inspiration.
Yeah, there is no we should do this without seeing it done by someone else.
Facts, man.
Yeah.
Cause they say, man, talk is cheap. Talk is definitely cheap, and I'm all I'm a doer, and I'm sometimes, man, I gotta. My imagination and my mind, it gets ahead of me sometimes. You know what I mean? So like, that's just where I'm at. Like I got all these visions and ideas that what I want to do, and it's just like the checkbook ain't allowing me to right now.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But bro, I feel like once you plant that seed, don't believe that it's done, it's done. It's gonna happen for you. You just, it's gonna happen when he's ready for it to happen, you know, and that's what we gotta understand, you know. Like, man, I don't know. I just feel like nowadays, you know, my advice to anybody, you know, like they say, man, you know, work smarter, not harder. I mean, I think that's a real cool saying. But at the same time, you know, you gotta work hard all the time.
All the time.
Regardless, man. You know what I mean? Because when you stop working hard, that means somebody else is working harder than you. You know, so I want to be the hardest working detailer in Quincy and the hardest working, you know, businessman in Quincy, you know, and I know I got a long way to go, you know. So
we're a student for life.
That's right.
So how do you kind of maintain like the discipline that with your consistency when you're the one that sets your own standards?
Don't cheat the business, man. Just don't cheat the business and then treat it like, you know, it's you really do work for somebody. Like, that's just kind of how I've always came into this whole thing, man. It was like, man, look, there ain't no I can't show up. There ain't no I'm not feeling good. I mean, bro, it's
come on.
Guess what? You gotta still be there, you know. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you know. Over the years, you know, I've had a few times where maybe I was super sick, or you know, when COVID hit or stuff like that, or you know, that I needed to be out or a family emergency. But other than that, man, I don't miss work. You know, I'm committed to this business. I'm committed to anything that I put my mind to, because, you know, you just have to. I one time, man, I was, you know, at church, man, and I was listening to this guy talking. He was talking about, you know, everybody wants to work for themselves until it's time to work 3 times as hard. You know, and that's just what happens, man. You know, when you work for a different company, you know, your job is to go, hey, punch that clock. You know, take your breaks when it's your breaks, and when it's over, it's over. You get to go home.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's not like that. You know, you gotta work for you, and you're working for everybody else. Because, like I was telling them earlier, like, man, you know, it's not about you anymore. It's about, you know, you got families that literally depend on you as a business owner. They're dependent on you. So, like, you know, every day, man, I gotta make sure that I'm able to provide, you know, and that's like, so I feel like that's what keeps me consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the daily grind, man, and you gotta take this thing one day at a time.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember the exact saying, but it was just like, yeah, I quit my 9 to 5 to work 24 hours a day.
Yeah. Facts, man.
That's how it be.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you want more, you know, you
gotta do
it. You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You got to, man. You know, I mean, you know, like working a 9 to 5, it's nothing wrong with that. I don't want people to think there's nothing wrong. I still work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I might work for myself, but I still work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I don't get to leave at 3 o'clock just because I own the business.
Yeah.
You know.
Word.
You know, so.
So,
I guess, go ahead. You got it.
I was gonna say, just kind of like bring a little light to it. When did you start to like realize, like, okay, you had to start providing for others before yourself? Like, what kind of made that switch? Like, damn, instead of buying this, I gotta pay someone else.
Man, when I didn't know how to tell people no at first, and I had 20 plus employees, and I tell you what, bro, when
20
you got
plus, man.
When you got 20 plus people every day walking into you, or every Friday walking into your office and expecting that check, you know, that right there let me know, like, hey, you know, you get what's at the end of this, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, you know, that's what the reality about being a business owner was for me. You know, it showed me like, man, again, it ain't about me no more, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, That's just kind of how that works, man. So,
Well, it depends on date night.
yeah, but it got its pros though, man.
Yeah,
It
for sure.
definitely got its pros, and you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. Being a business owner, it truly is.
Yeah.
Man, if you could, I want to know two aspects, right? If you could go back to you at 21, what would you tell yourself? And then if you could go back to you when you restarted, what would you tell yourself? Or would they be the same thing?
21. Man, I honestly, I would have told myself to trust the process. You know, because everything that's, you know, worth having it's gonna take time. I think that me at 21 is just like the youth today. They want everything right now. And I think that's kind of where we're at. You know, they want everything right now. And you know, that's just, you gotta trust the process, man. So that's what I would tell my 21-year-old self. Because it works, man. You know, it does. It works. You just got to trust it.
Yeah. Well, you said at 20, and I want to get back to what you would tell yourself at the start of this chapter too. But at 21, what ultimately, you say you failed, but what ultimately happened to where you kind of hung it up at first?
Because I wasn't committed to it. You know, I had my feet and other things that I thought was more important, you know, because it was rewarding me faster, you know, but, you know, like they say, easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's a fact.
So going back 7 years when you started this and you're like, I'm going to do it. Obviously you made some changes, but if you go back 7 years, what would you tell yourself as you made the decision to start again?
Tell people no.
Word.
Like, you can't save the world. You know, it's okay to say no sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. I was a yes man when I started, and it was just like I'm you know, I'm paying for that today. You know, 7 years later. I mean, that's the problem. But hey, you know, I feel like one day, you know, again, I'll have 50 employees.
Yeah.
You know, so that was just kind of getting me ready for what's next. You know, but it's gonna be different though, because now I'm trained to handle that.
Yeah.
You know, I do, man. I don't know what it is, but I do better with, like, I do good with a lot of people, man. Like, I don't know, like, I thrive off stuff like that. When I'm with a big group or like a big crowd, it's like it's normal to me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, man. It just happens that way. You know, and but I feel like it's one day it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
When you told that person no, how did they respond? And how did you feel afterwards, saying that first no?
Yeah, once you start,
I felt good. I felt good, man. And it was the reason why is because I was mentally, physically draining myself.
Come on.
And, you know, sometimes, you know, what I did learn about business is this too. Sometimes you got to put you first.
Yeah.
So what that meant for me was now I put me first. 7 years later, I do.
Yeah.
I don't put my employees first no more. Why? It's because I've learned that a business runs better when you're straight.
Come on.
When your mind is right, when you're, you know, not stressing about things, that's when business runs better. And I learned that from one of my mentors, man. And this, like, you know, he told me this, man. I was running a business wrong because I was putting myself last.
Yeah.
So that's what the change I did. And when I started saying no, it wasn't like, no, I'm not going to hire you just because I don't like you. I like everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I done gave people jobs 1,000 times. When they done quit, came back, no call, no shows, I still gave them jobs.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, now I take it more serious, man. It's more personal to me.
Yeah.
You know, like, cause now it's more of a meaning behind it. Like when you come on this team, like, man, we trying to like do. Let me put it to y'all like this.
Go ahead,
Now, man, I'm more like I think like and I don't want to say this the right way, but I think like Chinese and like Asians, like I feel like their work, they are so smart and intelligent. So I try to apply that into my daily job, man.
Mhm.
And now I do stuff that no other detail shops is doing because I'm like, oh, you know what, Ray? This is what they're doing, and they always say, hey, man, the Chinese and stuff, they're like 10 years, 20 years ahead of us.
Yeah.
Here. You know, you hear that all the time, right?
You see it.
And you see it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see it.
Yeah.
So like I started applying stuff that they do to my business. And I'm telling you, man, like starting to work, like ultimately, you know, I want to be completely steam. Like I'm completely no chemicals. Like I want to be the first company that, and we're on our way. I promise you guys, man, we're on our way. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the last year that we use chemicals. I wouldn't be surprised because it's something that we've been praying about and having planned for a long time. It just wasn't time yet.
Yeah.
But right now, you know, we've been training and getting things prepped for that. And like I said, it's definitely better. You know, I've been seeing the equipment that we use now that I've seen the Chinese use. Man, it's the cars and vehicles is turning out 10 times better.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that definition is definitely working smarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you can learn from everyone too.
Oh man.
And then speaking on you're learning to say no, I had that same problem, man. I just you know, everybody gets a chance, everybody's this, you know, people don't do their part, you still looking out for them. You know, Gary Vee taught me that same lesson you learned where it's like you got to put you first. No one's going to care about your business more than you care about your business. And that's when I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's real, man.
Okay.
Nobody's going to care about it more than you care about it. That's a 1,000% true, man. Like, I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. I hear a lot of stuff. I mean, I see a lot of people talk bad about us. Talk bad about me, talk bad about my company, just everything, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, it's more like you just stay the course. You keep believing. Long as you got that agreement with him and then you believe, that's all that matters, man.
What's going to happen?
Yeah. I go through that all the time.
Yeah.
I just finished going through that shit.
But man, they talk bad about Jesus, bro. You know, who are we? Who are we? Like, seriously, you know, we're not no one special that, you know what I'm saying, that they're not going to talk about. Like, you know, and then you got to keep in mind that when people are talking about you, that means you're doing something right.
And we try to tell them that, man. And we try to tell them.
I'm emotional. Like,
man, hey.
What are we doing?
Hey, keep using your gift, bro. Keep both of y'all. Keep using your gifts, man, because, you know, that's why God gave them to you. You know, and you just definitely gotta keep believing in you, man. I'm telling you, they say the sky's the limit, and that's true, man. You know, you can go as high as you want to go, you know, if you believe.
Word.
You know, if you believe it, you can achieve it. You know, so if you believe it, you can receive it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it be cloudy, bro, but hey, it's sunshine at the end of the road, man.
For sure.
Man, I mean, I don't know. I've really enjoyed kicking it with you, Ray. It's been dope, man. Learning a lot. Sir, you know, I want to touch on the basketball league a little bit. I know it wasn't in the notes we sent you, but you know, when I decided to pull that trigger, I came and visited you at your shop first, and when I started it this summer, you know, there was like he's copying Ray, he's doing this, and you know, I want to bring that up because look, game recognized game. Y'all had the park popping. It felt right to come to you first before I just showed up. So I kind of want to just say thank you for like not only being okay, not that it's needed, right, but just being okay, being supportive, participating, coming out, cooking, making sure people could enjoy themselves for real, and just being a part of it, truly, because that's not something that's I've seen since I've been back in music or anything else I've attempted to do. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh man, listen, I told you before, man, I'm super appreciative for, you coming by and say, hey bro, this is my vision, and you didn't have to, because you didn't, like I said, you didn't owe that to me, and or my brother Titus, because that's my partner in the summer leagues, but I'll be real, bro, that's why what you guys are doing is gonna work, because you did say, you know what, even though I don't got to, I'm still going to take the time out just to let these brothers know I appreciate you guys. And when, hey, they're copying with Ray, guess what? I copied it from somebody too.
Word.
But you took it and you put your own spin on it. And I love it. I told you, I think the basketball league is amazing, bro. I'm following the summer league, winter league, bro. Like I love it, bro. Like I do. I'm super. I told y'all, man. Like I've been waiting for somebody to pick it up, but it took the right people to do it.
Yeah.
And it like I said, it's a we effort. That basketball ain't nothing.
Hey man,
light about it, bro.
They don't get it. They get to show up and hoop and go home, and I'm just
that's
like,
it, bro.
I'll be working on this later tonight.
Yeah, man.
We had a 3-hour conference call yesterday.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dope, bro.
It was not supposed to last 3 hours.
He said, hey, I'm gonna let you get back to your night. The night is over. It's 11:30. Hey, we ain't doing nothing.
But that's dope, though, bro. Because let me keep it real with you, man. Let me just. I'm gonna touch on the basketball real quick, if you don't mind, bro, because it's something that I want to really say about that. When, like I said, it took me to go through what I went through, and I've grew up loving. I've always just loved basketball, just always did. But going through what I went through, and then coming back to Quincy in the end of 2015, I remember I got videos and stuff right now of I can remember when I pulled up to the basketball court down there at Berry Inn. I said, man. This mug it's got weeds growing through the court.
Man.
And there ain't even no backboards. There ain't even no rims over there. And I told myself, I said, Ray, man, you gotta do something. I don't know what you gonna do, but bro, you gotta do something. And it took the simplest things, man. I went and, came and talked to the park district, talked to them about it, say, hey man, this is my vision, this is what I want to do. And they say, hey, go ahead, because you know what? I felt like what that was going to do was give people something to look forward to. And it did.
Yeah.
It really did. So just know, man, like what you guys are doing, bro, it gives people an outlet. It gives them something to look forward to. Think about this. My boy, shout out to Casey Schuster. Shout out to Drew, man, Forrest, and shout out to my boy Titus, man. Those guys, like, they believed in the vision. And we did it for five summers, man. And then look what it turned out to. Casey, God gave him a vision, and he went out and say, hey man, this is what we can do now. And look how that something inspired. Like all I did was, I said, well, Ray, what can I do to get people to go there? You know what I did? I bought some cleaning supplies. I went over there, cleaned the basketball court off. I went and bought some new paint, and I painted that basketball court. And before we can get done painting, there was 100 kids out there.
Yeah.
That hasn't been there. Think about that. Yeah. That haven't been there at the park. And they couldn't wait to get on that. So, like, I knew right there, like, man, this is the start of something. I didn't know it was going to be that big, because now with Casey got done and Drew got done, like, you guys now you guys get to do it with a state-of-the-art basketball court.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful court.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for those guys, man. And like, those, I support them. They support us, and they supporting you guys, and I'm telling you, it's basketball. It saves lives, bro.
Word.
It does, man. It truly, not just young people, old people, bro. Because it does. Like me, that gives me something to go look forward to. You know, let me go run over here and check out the games, bro. Like just stuff like that, man. And that's what I enjoyed. I looked forward to Saturdays. You know, I get off work and I'm like, man, you know what? Let me go over here and check out the fellas, man. You know, and I thought that was dope. You know, so kudos to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. But yeah, we was those kids waiting when the paint dried. Like,
yeah,
so that's it was important. So
yeah, man, it is, man.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
What I said the other night, I'll let y'all get back to y'all night.
Man,
it's all good, man.
I was low key kind of like, man. I was like, are you for real? Like, I done missed the game. I had to eat while listening to the call. Like, I didn't really enjoy my dinner. But it's for good cause. We finished the call, so it's all good.
Ray, where can people visit you if they're interested in the services you provide?
So, man, we're on, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Google. You know, we're working on getting a new website built.
Okay.
And also, too, man, we got, U-Haul now. You know, we partnered up with U-Haul, and that's been going amazing. I'm definitely grateful for U-Haul coming and allowing us to, be on their team. Because it's giving me more things to learn, and I could give back and teach other people again.
Yeah.
We got working on a new restaurant. We got a lounge we're working on. It's baby steps.
Yeah.
We just more talking right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's in the works. And I believe early 2026. We're gonna have a new vibe come around, man, and that's actually what we're called. It's called Vibe.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's just what it is, man. We want to just be able to give people just a good vibe, man. If you're having a bad day, go down the Vibe, man. Go have a good meal. Come if you need to study, you want to chill, have a drink, watch the games. Come see us, and that's where we're at, going 2026 and just keep building, bro.
For sure.
Word. Well, we appreciate your time tonight, man.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah. With that said, I'm James.
I'm Marcellus.
And this was a Kickback. Peace.